potentially.
Welcome. No, I didn't bring that.
Oh,
No,
that's iconic.
We used to have a little. I'm going to change it. So we used to have an extension lead where we plugged in, but new studio doesn't have it. So it's one thing that we haven't done yet. I'm gonna make like a little light switch and have like a little light globe coming off it. So that'll be in next week's. But new studio. Welcome everyone at home. Episode 7. So we've done 6 episodes in the old studio there at Singleton, and fresh new studio, fresh new look. What do you reckon?
Yeah, it's nice, mate.
Not bad.
Yep.
Better than the home office.
I was cozy, but this is a bit more
A lot
formal.
more cameras on you here.
There is. It's a little bit intimidating,
We've
actually.
got 3 cameras,
It's a lot happening.
a few lights, full setup.
Yep, going all out.
That's what we've got to do for our fans, mate. And Nath, welcome.
Nice to be here.
Been on a podcast before?
I have not.
Podcast debut.
Oh, virginity.
Here we go. He's only been on one. Oh, you've been on 2. First one we didn't air.
Yeah, that was
That was a head for radio, that one.
Doesn't
Yeah.
go
that was user error. Yep. Yep.
User error.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep.
Nath, give us a bit of background about yourself. I actually don't know. So most of the time that we're talking, I'm hassling you for price and stock. So I actually don't know how did you get into How did you get into sales? What did you do before that? The life of Nathan.
So prior to Soul Distribution, I used to work at BOC,
Which is?
British Oxygen Company.
Yep.
So they do gas distribution. They're part of the Linde Group, big German multinational.
Yep.
So all your gas is industrial gas, hospitality gas, healthcare gas. I started in admin support there, then moved up to logistics. So I was scheduling all the trucks they ran in Victoria or New South Wales. So all your cylinder trucks, all your small liquids trucks. Did that for a couple of years.
Straight out of school?
No. How far back do you need to go?
That's 30 years ago.
School?
I took a year off and I took a little bit of time off, worked at Blockbuster for a while.
Yep.
Um,
Blockbuster is in the old movie.
I can see you at Blockbuster.
back,
I can see that.
I'm that old, yeah.
can
I've
see
never
that.
seen a Blockbuster ever. Have you seen a Blockbuster?
Yeah.
We had Video Easy and Civic Video.
Yeah. Yeah, it was Blockbuster. Yeah. Yeah.
The store I was at was one of the second last in Australia, I think.
Wow.
It was one of the they did a lot of business in sales of DVDs as well, so that kept them going for a while, but the inevitable happened.
You ran the last one into the ground.
No. From there I studied health science at university. Then I did a Masters of Chiropractic. Had some orthopedic issues after that. Decided not to go into it for a profession. That's when I got into BOC.
Yep.
There for a couple of years. Then needed a change, so I went into Soul Distribution. Started in the admin role again, then worked up to the BDM role, and I've been in that role for now about 5 years.
Like it?
Yeah. So it's a rapidly changing industry, so you're always kept on your toes, whether it's stock, whether it's new technology.
Dealing with us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sales, I personally think, I actually had this conversation with my 9-year-old the other day on the way to Denman on Saturday to football, and I don't know how. I was listening to a podcast. I've been listening to that Jack Henderson podcast. Jack Henderson, he's a year older than me, I think. Gone into property development, property. He's a seller's agent, a buyer's agent. Sorry. So like if you wanted to buy an investment property, you would go to, I think it's called Henderson Group maybe, and he would help you buy your investment property. He's well known for being very blunt. He's very much like myself. But
Blunt's generous.
Yeah, correct. Up
nice.
front, you know what you get.
Sure.
So we were listening to that podcast on the way up, and they were talking about. They said something like, "You don't need a job to make money," and Jack was like, "How's that work?" And so that opened up a big can of worms and a conversation and whatnot. And I was actually saying to him, I said, "Mate, if there's any job that I don't care what they do for a job, but if there's any job I can push you towards, it's sales." Because you can do sales. If you learn the skill of sales, you can do it in any industry. Like, for example, if we wanted to hire you as a salesman, you've already got the salesman role. If you wanted to go sell cars, you've already got that salesman. If you went overseas on a holiday and wanted to stay there, everyone needs salesmen. I think it's one of the best industries to learn and be in, 100%. You've done it for a little bit as well. You like dealing with customers more now, so.
By choice, definitely. Yep.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
and like the money with sales is endless. Like it's really up to how much you want to work, right? So, most sales depends, but some sales role come off a base salary, and then if you're happy with that base salary, sweet, sell one thing a week. But if you want, you can make $500,000 a year, if not more, depending on what industry and if you really want to. So, very good industry to be in. Very good industry to be in. What about outside of work?
Outside of work, I do like to do a bit of hiking and that sort of thing. Going over to Peru next week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I'm spending a month over there. I'm gonna go to Machu Picchu, Huayna Picchu.
Yep.
So it's like I think you start about 2,500 feet, 2,500 meters, and you climb up to 3,000 meters, and you can overlook all of Machu Picchu.
Yep.
So it's breathtaking. They call it the Stairs of Death because it's yay wide. And
Yeah,
climbing
I've
hands
heard
and
of
feet.
them. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So that should be fun. There's a couple of other good things around there, like Rainbow Mountain.
Yeah.
It's a geological formation where it's essentially like rainbow stripes along these rock formations. So it's like the different mineral deposits create this layered almost
Really?
colours. Yeah. And,
That's awesome.
Yeah, extremely picturesque with lakes and that sort of thing.
Make sure you post some in the group chat there. But
Definitely.
most importantly, make sure we get them SIG batteries before you go.
I'm working on it.
Otherwise, we'll be coming to Peru. Bit of a background check. So the last 6 episodes, we've had a few big names on. It's gone really well, hence the new studio. So Bridie Parker was the last one we had on episode 6 4 weeks ago. Their season has started now. They're up to round 5. Bridie's been killing it.
She had a blinder on the weekend.
Had a blinder on the weekend. She's yet to score a try. However, her tackle efficiency is 94%. So at fullback, obviously, most of the tackles that she's going to make are, you'd probably say, try-saving tackles because it's the last line of defence. And she's tackling at 94% efficiency. That's huge.
Yeah.
And her average running metres per game are 80 metres, which is massive in the women's rugby league. I think the average in like your top men's athletes, like your Dylan Edwards and your James Tedesco, they do around 200, but then they're freaks, right? But all your other fullbacks in the NRL, they're doing around 120. So that's huge from Bryce.
Far off.
She's having
Did see a bit of the game on the weekend.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're
That's what
first.
play.
They're
She
first.
defended
Yep.
really well.
They're first by a mile, the Roosters. I think they're 6 points ahead of everyone else. And it's only round 5. So, yeah, it's crazy.
In for a season.
Undefeated. And Aaron Bullock. So, obviously, as the jockey, we had him on 5 weeks ago now, the week before Brides. He's just wrapped up his 2nd Australian Country Jockey of the Year. He had 107 victories this season, and he's wrapped that up. I think he wrapped it up at, I'm going to say it was Tuncurry or Taree. He won 5 out of 6 of his races to wrap it up. I think the next best was around, I don't even think they hit the hundreds, to be honest. So
Yeah, I think he there was still one more meet where he nearly had a decent card too, I think, and it got washed out maybe.
Mhm.
And that was to finish the season, but yeah, he's done it again.
he's had an absolute blinder.
Yeah.
And Nate's going to achieve something great in the next 2 weeks too, and we'll be all over it.
Along for the journey.
Yeah. Yeah. So last time we were on, there was a bit going on in the local league, so that's kind of coming to an end now. We're wrapping up the season, getting into finals. Singleton, I think we're currently sitting 2nd, should be going into 1st place. So we had a bit of a... I've never even seen this happen, right? So on the weekend, Nath, we were lined up to play the top team of the comp. And so it was pissing down rain, obviously. All the other games got cancelled. Our games were on. We all got dressed. We're running out into the field, open the door, and the other team's just standing there in their casual clothes. And we play in 5 minutes. And we're like, what the fuck's going on? And they're like, we're not running out. Look, no, it's way too wet. We're going. And they just walk to their car. So we're on the field in the rain, and they're just walking to their car. So they're claiming it was unsafe. There was 2 other games before us. One was the Newcastle comp. So if they can play, we can play. That was a women's league. Anyway. So hopefully it's a forfeit and we can get the 2 points and we'll be on top of the table. So
Yeah. I mean, I get their claim, and it gets taken seriously when they claim safety and this and that. you know, behind the scenes, the reserve grade forfeited due to players being out. They had to pull half a dozen of them up into first grade. They didn't want to play that week.
Not at all.
You know, so yes, they take the safety side of things serious, but you have a look at the whole picture and it doesn't look good for their club, that's for sure.
No. Yeah. And the things that the sign for me was, I think everyone else was dressed in the sheds and I wasn't, because I was confident they didn't want to play. As you said, I saw the team list that they had and I was like, yeah, something's off here. Then a few more players pulled out the morning of. One of them in particular went to Sydney for a holiday, and I was like, what's going on? Because if we had to beat them legitimately, then we could have gone to the top of the table to get a home final. So it's just silly for them to do that. And then 4:05, I think it was, Kez is into me, put your fucking clothes on, we're going on the field. And I thought, had a look outside. Still no Mitch Cohen. Like there was a half a dozen players of their best players that still weren't there. And I was like, mate, they're not here. We're not playing. They had no intentions of playing ever. That was always a part of their plan. So I think we should get the 2 points.
By the rules, mate, they should lose points because it's not their decision. There's officials. Correct.
The officials were good to go.
Yeah, correct. Yep. You know, multiple games played on it beforehand. And there was it wasn't deemed unsafe by ground staff or anything like that. So that's, unfortunately, they can raise their concerns, but it's not their decision. So there should be punishment.
My main concern is I want my match payments.
So you want the W.
Payments,
he wants the W.
Don't really care.
It's in the fine print, mate. They didn't take the field, so you don't get paid.
We took the field. So but nah, either way, we're going to verse them in round 1 of finals. We'll dust them. We'll be straight through to the grand final, and we'll dust them again in the grand final if we have to. So.
It was a good game last time he's versed them too. So
solid.
Looking forward to that one. A bit of tension too.
Yeah, for some. Got Mussy this weekend, and then I'm off for the last game heading to Dubbo. Young fellas got State Cup in Dubbo, so I'll have a week off, a well-earned week off for this old body, and come back into finals. So, and the coaching applications have closed, but we've got no coach for next year so far, so we'll see how that goes.
Really? No one applied?
Yeah, a couple of applicants, but
no player coach for you?
No, I'm not coaching. No, it's actually one of my questions later in the day to ask everyone if they could coach a rugby league team or an NRL team. It's anyway, we'll get to that later. But yeah, definitely not me. I don't like people at the best of times. So dealing with 17 of them week in, week out, rather not. Into the NRL. This is exciting. So. So I go for Penrith. I'm a Panthers supporter. I've been a Panthers supporter since '97. Dad.
Since 4 years ago when they started winning grand finals.
Mate, I was in the lounge room at Nelson Drive there with Dad, 2003 when we versed the Bulldogs, and Dad's 3 best mates are Bulldog supporters. So it was me and Dad against them. And I've also been through the 5 wooden spoons that we got in the last 10 years as well.
Wish they got another one.
So I think we were might have been 8 or 10 rounds in. Penrith are dead last. They've won 2 games, and I said to Kyle, we'll still make the top 4. Actually, I think I said, we'll win the grand final.
You said we'll win the comp.
Yep.
Yeah.
And KB, whatever. So I said, righto, put your money where your mouth is. And he's like, yeah, no worries. Like, done. And I said, righto, top 8, $250. Grand final, $250. Win, $250. And he goes, not top 8, top 4. To be honest, I didn't think we'd make the top 4, but I thought, I'll get that money back.
They're always making the top 8. You know, correct. Always.
So I said, right, deal. So we're 1 point off the top 4 at the moment. Warriors have the Bulldogs this weekend, and we have the Knights. So we'll take 4th place this weekend.
I'll be cheering. I might even go to Newcastle. Is it at Newcastle? I'm going to go. I think I'll buy a blue and red jersey and head down for the weekend. And I don't want to dive too much into it because it's a soft spot at the moment. But he's been kissed. He's been kissed on the pecker. Every result that he wanted to go his way has gone his way. Whether it could be in the last second of the match, could go to Nathan Cleary kicks a 43-metre 2-point field goal on the weekend, which means nothing to you, but it fucking breaks my heart. That's what it does.
It was always going to happen.
It wasn't. You should have been beat by the Titans. Anyways, touchy subject.
Warriors should have lost to the Knights the week before. Tanner Boyd done everything he could to lose that game.
Yeah. That was poor, yeah.
Anyway.
Play on.
Getting into this weekend, Storm no Hughes. So they play first. They've got who have they got tomorrow night? Someone anyway. They've got no Hughes.
It's a big loss.
How do you think they'll go without him?
Mate, I'm still like it showed. I think when Hughes got injured and went off the field. Yeah, it's a tough game. I think Harry Grant's your man, and I think he showed that in the 30 minutes that
Correct.
Jerome Hughes went off the field. He steered him to that win.
He's too hot and cold, in my opinion.
He is. He just needs to. He just needs to be involved and run. You know,
Munson needs to step up.
100% he does. But I still think Harry's the man to break the game open.
Yep, I agree.
I don't know who I'm tipping there. Yeah, it's a tough game.
I've
There's
gone
lots of
Storm 1-12.
some variables in that.
I'd love to see the Broncos win. I'm a massive Broncos fan.
Brisbane
Love
on a
the
heater
Broncos
last
well.
weekend too, by the way.
Yeah.
Been playing some. They're coming in some form.
Correct.
Yeah, Benny Hunt at 9. It'll be a good game. Looking forward to that.
Ben Hunt at 9.
Yep.
I'll change my tip. If Ben Hunt's at 9. What's the team? You've got Ben Hunt at 9, Ezra Mam at 6,
Ezra Mam
Adam
at
Reynolds at 7,
yep.
Paddy Carrigan at 13, Reese at fullback,
Paddy Carrigan at 13, Walsh at fullback.
Payne Haas.
Yeah, Payne Haas is back.
Staggs is out.
Staggs is in.
Named. Who's their other centre?
Shabasaki. Yeah. Mariner and Cobbo's back in too.
Change that. Broncos 1-12.
I
Storm lose.
think I'm going Brisbane as well.
Yeah. 1-12.
I think I'm going Brisbane as well. I think Storm have looked a little bit tired, even without losing Hughes.
Correct. Last week was a weird one. 3 of the 4 top teams lost. Raiders, Dogs, and...
Should have been 4 of the top 4.
Warriors. Yeah. Storm got the win. Bulldogs just can't play in the wet. Not worried about them. I think
They've shown that, haven't they, a
they've
couple
lost
of times.
4 or 5 games this year, and it's been wet every time. They haven't lost in the dry. Have not lost in the dry. Warriors are doing very, very well to be still winning without Mitch Barnett. And
They're scrambling.
Yeah.
They're
100%,
proper scrambling.
100%.
Tamari Martin was big for them on the weekend too. I thought he had a good game.
Yeah. We only got rid of him because he was...
Tamari Martin's underrated.
He played for Penrith. We only got rid of him because he was knocking off was it Trent Merrin's wife?
Tamari Martin was?
Yeah.
Was he?
We got rid of both. Did Trent Merrin play for
Yeah.
Penrith? Yeah. We got rid of both of them at the same time because there was a bit of a...
Was it Tamari? I don't think it was Tamari.
Yeah, it was definitely tomorrow.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll put the 750 you're about to give me in 4 weeks back on it.
Great player, Tamari. I think he's coming off contract and he's on peanuts too, so...
Correct.
St George might, open the checkbook with any luck.
Cleary 2-point field goal. I just touched on that. That's
piss
phenomenal.
take. What a piss take.
I said to Paige when we were watching it, and Paige goes, "Oh, like he's just so good." And I said, "I don't think you understand how good that is." So, obviously, I play halfback, and I practice a 40-meter field goal all the time. And when I'm kicking from the 40, I'm getting a 5-meter run up, and I'm putting my full boot into it, and swinging my leg in the air, head stays down, like I'm trying my hardest.
5-meter follow through.
This bloke gets the ball off a dipping 20-meter pass, takes 2 steps backwards, and just goes.
Dunks it over with his chin.
And it goes over. I think it landed 5 meters past the dead ball line.
Done it with these two. Yeah, the fullback just stood there under the post and just...
Yeah.
As soon as I was saying the fullback's head go up, I'm like, oh no.
The thing is, though, you look at his next 2 field goals, they were 15 or 10 metres from in front, and he missed both.
Shanked him.
But as I said, Paige is going, how does that happen? I guarantee you he only practices 40-metre field goals. He doesn't sit there and practice the 10, the 20s, the 30s. 40s are the most important, and he's shown that against Parramatta last year when he kicked the penalty out, and then he kicked it 20 metres in, 40 metres out, and it went straight over. He would practice 40-metre field goals at training 20 times a day, minimum. He wouldn't practice the 10s, the 20s, the 30s, and all them other little ones. That's why I think his percentage rate of 40-metre field goals is 94%, 92%.
I feel like Mitch Kenny gave him good time too. I feel like they were on the same page and they caught the defence off guard. It was a quick play of the ball, and Mitch Kenny's thrown everything into that pass back, and it gave Nath. It was a shit ball too. Like he caught it down here,
It was all he had.
and he caught it right.
Yeah.
And he had time, and he got it over.
The thing is, if you
I feel like
watch-
Russian defence,
Correct.
10, 20 metres out, it's literally catch drop. You know what I mean?
If you look at the video, though, I don't think Mitch Kenny knew he was throwing that pass until 2 seconds before, because he ran in, he looked left, and then he looks right, and then he goes, where the fuck's Nath? And Nath's going 30 metres back here, and he goes, oh shit, and he's just...
Throwing
and
everything
he even
into it,
fell over after, he just ripped it and jumped.
Yeah, and he
It's
thought he
like,
threw a shocker. You see his face after it, like
Yeah.
he was horrified.
So I think that helped as well, because no one knew that it was coming. He was out of the TV screen. Like, we've just seen this ball go like this, and like, where the fuck is this going? And then Nath's just like,
Bang.
yeah. Unbelievable.
Any comments on any of that?
You don't watch the footy, do you,
It's
Nate?
broken down pretty well.
Yeah.
Titans have got a good comeback. Battle of the round this weekend for the wooden spoon. Rabbits and Titans. Whoever loses gets a spoon, in my opinion. No one else can get it. It will be Rabbits. Titans are on a heater at the moment. They've come
They are
good.
playing good football.
Yep.
Yep. Not much else to add there.
Tigers are a top 8 hope. A top 8 hope.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yep. 2 wins and they're in the top 8.
A lot to go their way in that as well.
100%.
A
But
lot
who
to
would
go
have
their
thought?
way.
Like,
Yeah.
They're still a chance. Especially after the win on the weekend.
Yeah.
Still a big chance.
Yeah. I think Taylor May's been a good inclusion for them too.
Huge.
He's been a really good inclusion for them.
Yep. 100%.
The Fahini brothers been playing some good football as well.
So they're on 20 points and 8's on 24.
Yeah. Again, a lot to go their way because I think there's, 8 to 5 are all on even points all but.
The only people who can't make the finals are Parramatta, Titans and Rabbits. Everyone else can make it, including Knights and Cowboys if it all goes their way. But
Still got 5 rounds left, don't we?
Yep. Yep, 20. We're up to round 23. It goes to round 27.
10 points up for grabs. Tigers got the bye this week too. That's automatic 2 points, by the way.
Correct. My tips for the weekend are I had Storm on the 12 after the list come out. That was before the list come out. I'm going Brisbane 1 to 12. I got Panthers 13 plus. Raiders 1 to 12. Raiders have the Manly. Manly are 1 week on, 1 week off. So Raiders 1 to 12. Dragons, I got 13 plus. They'll knock the Sharks over 13 plus. Confident there. Nico Hines cannot back that up.
Nico Hines sucks.
Yep.
Sorry. A lot of people love Nico Hines.
Yep, correct.
He's so overrated. He's not a halfback either.
No, sorry. Nico Hines doesn't suck. Nico Hines is not a halfback.
Sucks at halfback, yeah.
Correct. Like it's just like putting me in the front row and saying Cooper sucks. I'm not playing front row. That's your position now with these 2XL shirts that you've got.
Christ.
Roosters 1 to 12 against the Dolphins. Again, I reckon Roosters are coming into a heater. And Dolphins are missing Herbie. I just think Roosters will get over the top 1 to 12. Got Dogs 13 plus to bounce back over the Warriors. Titans 13 plus to beat Rabbits. And Para 1 to 12 against the Cowboys.
Right. Do you want anyone else's opinion?
Go for it.
I'm going to agree with you on Brisbane. Knights 13 plus.
You're a disgrace.
I don't think the Raiders will go back-to-back losses. They won 7 straight. Some weapons knocked them off last week. I think it was St. George, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Knocked them off last week.
That's bad. That's so bad.
Yeah, they were due. They were shaky the week before against Parramatta without Mitch Moses.
Correct.
If Mitch Moses is there, they get spanked, man.
Correct.
I'm not as confident as you are in Dragon Sharks at all. I just think
back me in.
I don't think Nico. I think Nico and Kyle Flanagan are 2 peas in a pod. So, I just think the Sharks, Aiden Fanua-Blake, if he's on, I think we just let teams march us down the field. So I'm taking Cronulla. I've taken the Dragons for 21 games straight. And on the weekend, I took Canberra and we beat them. So I'm taking the opposite team for the rest of the comp. Just go Cronulla. Roosters will get beat by the Dolphins. Dolphins got too much strike against the Roosters. I think the Roosters are...
They're due for a week off.
I think the Roosters are playing panic football. I think they're playing panic football.
It works.
No. I'm going to say the Dogs lose 2 in a row. I think the Warriors come out and stun this weekend away from home. Yeah, I do. I do.
Lockie Galvin out, Toby Sexton in.
Is Toby Sexton in confirmed?
Not confirmed because Lockie Galvin's definitely out.
Yeah.
Toby Sexton, they're not sure. They don't know how much.
He'll have a point to prove too. I don't mind. Sexton's played good footy this year, so I've got no issues with that.
But is the team camaraderie still there? Is he still a part of the team?
Yeah.
Or is he like, fuck you guys, I'm out?
I reckon he's been turning up in the lower grades though.
Good.
Like he's, no chip on the shoulder, watch this and winning games for him.
Get
So
dropped for 2 games. Turn up.
it's because you slapped the coach on the bum.
Bums.
Titans will beat South and I think Parramatta are going to have a big finish to the year as well.
I agree. Mitch Moses.
Yep.
We'll get into everyone's favourite segment. And then we'll get into some industry stuff, Nave, so you can join back in.
Still here.
So the moment everyone's been waiting for, they've been missing me for the last 4 weeks. People have been losing fortunes because they haven't had my bets of the week.
Oh,
So
okay.
We're back.
I can have you back. I'm happy to give you
Yeah,
back.
mate, I was on a heater then the first one was terrible actually. Second one was good. Third one was bad. But 3 weekends in a row, I won one of our viewers, and he actually got the shits that I didn't give him a shout out last time. So, Mr. Bradley got on one of my tips, and he won $3,500, which was good. And then the following week, I think Cam got on my tips as well, and he might have won $1,500. So, yeah, let's get into it.
You still been doing them?
Yeah.
Even in your off weeks?
Me
I was
personally.
going to say, you're not coming in rusty, are you? You can't stitch a people up.
No.
Right.
And I've been... Actually, I'm going to add something to the end of this, which I've been going really, really well at, which we'll talk about in a sec, thanks to Ned's. I don't know why I'm looking at the computer screen. The camera's here, but anyway. Randwick, race 5. Old Nathan Doyle horse, Boston Rocks. It's been going really well for its new trainer. Now, it's listed and accepted 2 races. It's at Randwick Race 5, which is a 1,000-metre race, BM 88. And it's also in Moonee Valley. It's a BM 100. I think it's going to go to Moonee Valley. And I still back it in at Moonee Valley.
Are they waiting on weather?
I would say so. Yep. It's first up. Then we'll go into Randwick Race 7. This is my best of the day. 1,200-metre race, point and shoot. It's first up. That's my only downfall, is it's first up. I don't like horses first up. They can do anything, depending if they're fit or not. But I'm going to back it in. Best of the day. Randwick Race 8, Private Eye. It's the favourite. It's got Nash on it.
Still going around.
Still going around.
Yeah.
It's second up, come third in its first start, again, with Nash on it. Nash can ride anything home if he's got a chance. He's
vigorous.
He'll flog that thing until it.
He'll cop a fine. He'll cop a bam.
He will.
Yeah.
It'll win, but he might,
He'll take bragging rights.
couple of fines. And then race 10, Pure Alpha. Nash is on it again. BM 78. Moving to Moonee Valley. We've got one at Moonee Valley, depending if Boston Rocks races or not. Smoke and Romans.
I'm faithful.
It is. And look,
It's an omen.
I'm not picking this horse on form. Maybe leave this one out of your tips if you're not up for the day. It's
Don't
one
put
of
it in
the
your
last
multis.
races.
Do
No.
not put it in your multis.
It's just, Old Faithful. It's won me a lot, so you've got to stick with it. Definitely go each way as well. Probably just forget I said anything about Smoke and Romans. But if you're up and you got some spare money, put it on it.
Single bets only.
Put it on it.
Yep.
But multi the rest for a place, you'll definitely win. Put them on for a win. See how you go. You got anything for me? No gambling for you. You don't.
Nah,
you're off it.
I got nothing, mate.
You're off it.
No.
I will also update them on our channel Friday night, depending on weather. Maybe Saturday morning. Things can change depending if it's wet or not, which I think it's meant to. It's going to be wet either way, but it's meant to get
Just
a little bit
annoying,
more
I
rain.
think, yeah.
It could go to a heavy, which we'll have a look at shortly.
I got a bet for you.
Yes.
I got to verse Mark Henderson in a match in golf on Saturday, mate.
Hendo.
Yeah, me and Hendo to match play.
Hendo and Big
Club championships. No, it's club championship. So I think I've got to give him 11 or 12 shots. I'd like to see the market for that, mate.
I reckon he'd be at $2.
You reckon? Nearly even money.
Mate,
I'm going to give him 11 or 12 shots, I think.
I'm backing Hendo.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Righto.
And you'll shoot the bed.
Righto. I'll take the bets. I reckon I'm at $1.80. I'll give him $2.20. He gets 11 or 12 shots.
I'll bet you $50 he beats you.
Righto.
He's just a privilege bloke. He just gives me money every weekend.
It's only him. I just like taking his.
That's what I was going to say. Ned's offer on Rugby League, NRL, first, second, or third try scorer. So if you pick any player, if they score first, second, or third, you win. The odds on that are unreal. Like, for example, Elise Katoa, who scores first every time, he pays $6.50 every week to score first, second, or third. I've won on him for the last 6 weeks. Daniel Tupou, he's around $4 to score first, second, or third for the Roosters. I don't think he's missed a game where he hasn't scored.
Which is crazy because he's Mr. Reliable.
I'm telling you, the odds are unreal. I got my uncle onto it, Craig. He got 7 from 8 last week. So 8 games, he got 7 from 8. And he back-to-back, bang, 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 bang. Got all of them. The only one he didn't get was the last game, which was no, it wasn't the Dogs. Whoever
That was
asked the Dogs.
was that Cowboys someone?
Might have been.
It was. That was a
But he missed that one.
a
But yeah, get on that. They're good odds. Rightio, moving into a bit of industry news. So we went and had lunch today. It's where did we go? The
Dukes of Wellington.
Dukes of Wellington. Good little venue. It was all right. I've heard good things about it. That's where we're moving into that area. So I thought we'd suss it out.
Familiarise
on
yourself.
Nate's
Yeah.
card.
Yeah.
You had us booked in at some seafood place that would have cost Nate a bloody.
Scratch these.
Yeah,
Come on.
I was trying to say.
Come on.
He looks after
Comes
us.
down once a year.
That.
Comes up once a year. You can take advantage of these things, you know.
Bloody hell.
Got a seafood basket for 2 planned for you and me.
How much does he eat, mate?
I was timid.
They can
I
get
was-
through it.
That was right.
Bloody hell.
Moving on.
Doesn't sit in the buffet, really.
Moving on.
Yeah, he had 3 donuts before he got there too.
It's got the rest of the dozen for
Next segment, guys. Next segment.
So a lot going on in the Harris Electrical world. One of the biggest things to happen, which we touched on last episode or 2 episodes ago, Electech, Singleton's biggest and best electrical company until we come along. Definitely Singleton's biggest company for the longest period of time, 25 years. liquidation, gone.
Go on.
So the owners, Brett and Robin, they sold that 2 years ago to a fella from Wollongong. And it might have been a little bit longer than 2 years ago, but yeah, they've gone broke, liquidation. So they've left the scenery, which is good. We've picked up a lot of their loyal customers. So, which, mate, to be honest, like, no disrespect to anyone else in town, but you know, we've done very similar work to Electech. Like, we pride ourselves on quality and customer service. There's not really any company in town that really competes the way we do with that. Which, one thing I was going to touch on about that is, there's two ways you can have a business, right? You set a business up to, you know, grow and you know, like for us, for example, we're setting ourselves up for a one-stop shop. So we can do everything. We've got multiple teams. We can service you no matter what it is or when it is. There's a lot of businesses in town that are just one-man bands, and they're happy doing that, and that's cool. So there's two ways you can set up a business. You can have an actual business where we're growing, we're developing, we're training, or you can just have your one-man bands who, as long as you get enough to keep living every week, then it is what it is.
Happy, that's right, yeah.
Which is fantastic. Like, I credit people that do that as well. There's a lot of them in Singapore, and there's not many actual companies that really dive into the market that we dive in. So especially now Electech's gone. As I said, we've taken a lot of their commercial clients, a lot of their big clients.
Because the one-man bands can't service that sort of,
Correct.
you know,
And I don't
customer.
think they want to either.
Yeah.
Like, why? Like, for example,
We know how demanding it is as well.
one of our clients, Morgan's Engineering, they text and you got to drop everything at the drop of a hat to get around there and do it. If you got your one-man bands that are, you know, mid-12 downlights and a fan here and it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon, you're not going to leave a customer's house like that to go and do jobs like that.
Correct.
So they don't want them either.
Becomes a nuisance for them where we're sort of prepared for that.
Correct.
You know? It's-
Correct. But yeah, big news there. I never thought that would have happened. But again, it goes to show that, you know, we're a local town and the local people that ran it beforehand, everyone knew. You bring a stranger in and everyone's like, oh, you know, they get a bit uneasy. It's all about that, you know, put a face to the name kind of thing. And especially being in a local town.
Lost the touch, didn't it?
Yeah,
You know?
correct. From our side of things, we've got 4 new employees actually, starting in the next 2 weeks, which is going to take us to 15 employees all up. So we've had a tradesman start. Obviously, Lockie moved on. Our 4th year apprentice Locke, he's gone to work for another company down in the Newcastle area, finishing up his trade. And so we brought another tradesman in, Will. He started with us yesterday actually. Big Will, he's going good. Then we've got a new salesman starting. Going to take a lot of weight off my shoulders. I said to Nath, last week was hectic. Like, we had our biggest week last week in sales by far, probably double what we've ever done before. It's taken a toll, especially, you know, the amount of inquiries that we're getting. I think we're selling at about a 60 to 70% rate. Yeah, it'd be good to get this person in, which we'll announce in the next 2 weeks who it is, which you'll all know who it is. Big names. But yeah, we'll get him in and get him started. That'll be good. And then we've got another young apprentice starting, young Hamish Adamswaite. All of our apprentices that have started with us actually have done work experience with us. It's kind of how we get them. And all 3 of them that we've had work experience for, or 4 of them, sorry, they've just shown great initiative. And we put them through a few tests, which I won't go into in case a few future apprentices are listening. But like, the first day is a big test for them to see how they handle situations and what their initiative is and that kind of thing. And this young fella smashed it. And we actually had a bit of a hiccup with him midweek. Had a bit of a customer complaint for something that he'd done. And the way he handled that was, for 16 or 17, he's 17 years old, the way he handled it was...
Dressed it really well, didn't he?
He addressed it to yourself, who you know, Kyle takes care of all our employees and all our customers, so he addressed it straight to you. He addressed it to the customer themselves. He took it straight to the school who he was doing work experience through. And at the end of the week, he messaged me and made me aware of the situation, which I already knew, but handled it really well. So for me, like, he probably went home thinking, right, and his mum and dad are probably like, oh, shit the bed here, like, I've done myself out of a job. But just the way he handled that situation was awesome. I'm always a big believer on, you know, not what goes wrong, because things can go wrong all the time, especially being a wholesaler, Nath. You know, there could be times where, you know, you can't get a stock, or, you know, something happens in transit or something like that. It's not about, oh, well, you know, screw you, we're going to go to one stop or we're going to go to someone else. It's about how you handle that situation, right?
Definitely. It's managing expectations and keeping everyone informed. That's the biggest thing. Like, stuff will inevitably go wrong.
Yeah.
It's how you recover from it and how you keep everyone.
And I think a lot of people they forget about that is like, we're all human. So even though you work for Sol, a huge distribution company, a huge wholesaling company, you're still a human.
Yeah.
And, a lot of our customers, not a lot of our customers, like some of our customers forget that as well. They're like, oh, we've got this, big company, we expect X, Y, Z. We also make mistakes, but one thing that we pride ourselves on is how we handle their mistakes, and we always go above and beyond for our customers. No matter if it means we lose a fortune for doing that for the customer. Our mission, which I don't know, I've probably already told you, our mission is 1,000 5-star reviews by 2030, which we're on track to get. But no matter what, it's not about the revenue for us. It's not about the profit. It's about getting them 5-star reviews. So we do whatever it takes to get them reviews. Yeah. He handled himself really well there. So he'll be starting. And we've got a HVAC, AC refrigeration specialist, starting in the next 2 weeks. So again, you'll all know who it is once we announce it. But we'll give him some time to get on board and get him in. So you don't even know who it is.
No, you hold out on me. Facebook hears things before I do. He just likes holding out on me.
So that'll be good. And that'll take us to our main goal when I started was to be a one-stop shop. I wanted to do everything, which HVAC and refrigeration is the only thing we don't do now. Which is awesome. Can't wait till we start that.
Be good.
What else we got? Nath, SIG Energy.
Yep.
Let's dive into that. So, SIG come to Australia last October, was it?
No, it's been in the market, I think, closer to 2 years now.
Really?
Yeah, their channel to market, it wasn't where there's been any big players initially, so there wasn't the same market adoption.
Yep.
It's sort of picked up a lot since October, especially when they've had some bigger installers started to take them up.
Yes.
And it's also just coincided perfectly with the New South Wales battery rebate and then the federal rebate. Just all the stack of technology they have and how well it can fit all customers' needs. Like you can swap in things that you need, swap out what you don't need. Just the upgradability over time makes it a very attractive offer, and that's why it's seen the success it has.
100%. And it's made, we spoke about it briefly today, it's made every other competitor of theirs, every other brand go, oh,
it's put them on notice, hasn't it?
We need to do X, Y, Z to be competitive. Which, as you said, they're all starting to go that modular battery setup. But like personally, from a business point of view, as I said, our goal is to get 5-star reviews from all our clients. SIG's the product to do that at the moment, in my opinion. They just have that versatility, that future-proof. There's nothing you can't do with it. Like if a customer turns around in 3 years' time and says, I want to do, EVs, or I want to do more batteries or
generator
automation as well.
Yep. Even bringing out microinverters.
Yeah.
We've got a client that we installed a system for, which is underperforming by about 10%. Went and had a look at it, and the shade's playing a little bit of a role in winter. It wasn't in summer. We're just going to hold out until the SIG microinverters come in, get 28 of them, whack them on his house. Beautiful.
I've heard in the short term people are using Tigos as well because they're compatible.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So that's another option for
Note
them.
that one down. I've never used the Tigo microinverters. They're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they just bypass when the current drops on them, so they're fairly robust product.
Yeah. So they're more like an optimizer than a. I'd say they would be. Are the SIG actual microinverters? So if you get the SIG microinverter, you don't need the SIG controller, or how does it?
You still need a main controller, or you need like a main aggregator.
Right.
I think they're mostly currently used in Europe, where you have like apartment buildings where you can put 2 panels on your balcony.
Yeah.
So you get 1 micro for 2 panels.
Yep.
You're done.
Yep.
You still need to go through a gateway or something like that. But yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
How are you guys? Obviously, stock's a big issue for you guys.
I think stock in general, like just the amount of DG coming in the country at the moment.
Yep.
Every battery manufacturer is seeing shortages.
Yep. And when I say for you guys, sorry, it's because we only use you guys. So that's that's all we're experiencing at the moment. But yes, stock nationwide on batteries is extremely low. As a company, how do you guys handle that? Like, what's that would be obviously your biggest challenge at the moment is trying to keep up stock for demand.
Yeah, I mean, it comes back to what we were talking about before. It's managing customers' expectations and trying to work with the customers to get them through this period. So, ideally, people may want, 100 units or something, but
like we did last week. Yep.
Unfortunately, at the time, a full container for SIG batteries is 300 units. So, if we're getting a container in, we need to sort of make it stretch as far as we can to keep as many customers as we can.
So 1 container to Paris Electric.
That's good for next week delivery, isn't
we
it?
can organise it. I think at the moment it's about an 8-week lead time.
To be honest, that's actually not too bad. When everyone says stock's low, our lead time to get systems on is, we say 4 to 6 weeks anyway. So it's really not that bad.
Yeah,
as long as
they stick to that.
Yeah,
correct.
That's the grey area.
Correct. Yeah.
So at the moment we ask there is a lot of stock coming in, but it's also a lot of delays as well. So
and a lot of that stock would be allocated already as well. A lot of people are putting in them back orders and.
We're still filling orders from May, June.
Yep. So and do you reckon there'll be a knock-on effect? Do you reckon, for example, when COVID started, we didn't really, in my opinion, feel the full effects of COVID until COVID was 2 years gone. So, in my opinion, I think we felt the biggest effects of COVID in 2023, 2024, when it was really all wrapped up in the economy. That's what I feel. Do you reckon there'll be a delayed effect from the stock? Well, for example, the federal rebates come out, and where Australia or New South Wales, is installing 1,000 batteries a day. No one predicted that to be happening, and the average battery size has gone from 8 kilowatts an hour to 17 kilowatts an hour, which we spoke about today. 6 months ago, people were saying I can't afford a 10 kilowatt battery for $13,000, but now they can afford a 24 kilowatt hour battery for $17,000.
Yeah.
So they're paying more than what they were going to pay originally, but the whole rebate thing's come into play. Do you think we'll feel an effect of this, a delayed effect?
I think there's definitely the potential for overstocking into the market.
Mm-hmm.
So if that does happen, we will see that'll drive down prices again.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that
that's a good thing though. That's not for us.
Yeah.
No, not you guys.
Depends if it goes all the way down.
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely the potential for that. It's just going to be an interesting challenge for everyone, because at the end of the day, it's when your invoices are due, what's going to happen then? Are you going to have to sell your stock cheaper just to keep cash flowing?
For sure. For sure. Interesting.
Lots of moving parts.
Yep. That's luckily it's not a me problem. It's a you problem.
Pay the bills.
Well, I don't even do that. I had to on the weekend. Friday afternoon, I had to send a bit of extra money across to get them orders in. So
he just gives the thumbs up.
And I couldn't even do that. I didn't realise. So Jen rings me. It was 5 o'clock on Friday afternoon, and we maxed out our account and we needed another order in. So she goes, I've maxed out the account. I said, I'll transfer some money. I went to transfer it, and I was like, I got a fucking limit on the account as well. It's my account. I rang Nathan. I'm like, mate, I'm $1,000 short. Can I transfer that through tomorrow morning? He's like, yeah. Which I don't even think I've done that yet, so I've got to do that. But I said to Jen, I was
put lunch on top of it. Put lunch on top of that.
I've got a bloody account limit as well. I have to sort that out. We've got some guest fire round questions. So a few comments from the previous episode on some questions for you lads. They didn't know you were coming on, but the next guest they had these questions for. What is the best and worst job you've had?
Oh,
we all know what the best one is, don't we?
Leonard's Chicken.
Where do you work?
Leonard's Chicken.
Where's that?
Leonard's. You remember Leonard's?
Yeah. Leonard's.
Leonard's Chicken.
Fuck, yous are old, man. Blockbuster and Leonard. What's going on?
Hey, Leonard's Chicken. Yep, it was across in the shopping centre across from Woolies there. It's across from Woolies now.
Mitchell Gas.
Yeah, no. It was probably where the, I guess,
the pillow and blanket stories.
Where Donut King is. It would have been right there. That was the end. That was like the finish of the shopping centre.
Yeah.
Leonard's Chicken. It was just a raw chook, shop. It was good. We used to come in for overtime on Saturdays. We'd take a kilo of honey soy boys out and cook them up for everyone to eat.
Of course,
what a job! Food, it was great. Me and Mark Leonard, we had a time. Me and Leonard. No, I can't say it was my best. I had fun. I think I was 14, 9 months when I started there. So it was a
Yeah,
good little
nice.
introduction. It was
Yeah.
good fun. Love what I'm doing now. It is, yeah, I'm not saying that because you're here, but I do enjoy what I do now more than I have previously. And least enjoyable would have been shot firing in the mines.
Good money.
Great pay packet. Just leave your brain at the gate.
Yeah.
You know,
That's with every mining job, mate. It's
it's not
the
good.
only reason you go into the mines is to make money. It's not. You don't go in the mines to have a good time. Like you look at every miner that's in the shopping centres at Singleton when they're getting the groceries after they knock off and going, they're moping around like
Throwing rocks off a high wall to amuse yourself. Like it's my brain was on idle, and I need to be stimulated.
What about you, Nate?
Go mental.
I'm happy where I am at the moment. It's probably one of the best jobs I've had.
Not blockbusters.
It had its perks.
Yeah, that's yeah.
I mean, it was good having the first pick of all the movies coming out.
Yeah.
all the screen.
I used to love
all the
going
screen
to
and DVDs.
Yeah. Go straight to the new release and all the DVDs line up. Kids don't get that anymore. They just
No.
get Netflix and go, oh yeah, Happy Gilmore 2's on at 6 o'clock. And I have to wait till
I'll stream that shit.
The
Yeah.
shop and go, look at all these DVDs.
It was an experience, wasn't it?
Oh,
You know?
You end up going to the different genres and
Yeah.
going to the adult section when you're 8 years old.
Whoa. Worst job?
Let's see. I used to do pamphlet deliveries, like the local papers.
Yeah.
Shit,
That
isn't
became a slog.
That is shit. You got to band them all up and that, dude. You have to do them yourself.
Realise it's like, it's 2-3 hours work, and then you paid $10 an hour or $8 an hour back in the day.
Yeah.
What about you, Skip? Best and worst.
Mate, my best job's sales. I love sales. I love and not the whole I've got to sell you kind of thing, but talking to customers, understanding what their problem is, and then trying to fix that problem. Or like I've had customers. I had one 2 days ago that said, "Oh, this is my issue, and this is a solution that I've got to fix it." And I just said, "Oh, we can't offer that solution." And that's actually a good solution for what you have. Go with that. I love it because I meet new people every single day. I speak to new people on the phone every single day. It's different and it's challenging. I said this to a customer the other day. They said, "You're really, really good at answering our questions." And I said, I fucking love it. Like, people sit there and they'll ask me a question and it's like trivia. You've got to, know it and then speak it. Love sales. So this is the only sales job I've had, but any sales job that I would have, I would love. Worst job I've had, to be honest, worst job I've had would have been with Value One Electrical, and not because of Value One Electrical. They were a great company. Nags, done my apprenticeship there, but we were in the mines.
Yeah.
And mate, and I was with Mitch Bailey, and we'd go to our job, we'd smash it out, and then we'd go back and hand a work order, and they're like, "Oh no, like this job's going to take 3 hours," and we're like, "Well, but we're done." They said it's got to take 3 hours, so then we go sit in the car, and Mitch would be on his phone, and then I'd just be like it was just
mind-numbing, isn't it?
mind-numbing.
Yeah, it is.
But loved Valley Wide. I done my apprenticeship through them, done my apprenticeship through Nags. Mitch Bailey, hated him as a tradesman. Like he was any apprentice hates their tradesman. He was tough on me, but taught me everything I knew. So really appreciated him for what he done. But yeah, that would be the mines.
Some worst? Yeah.
What if you could choose anything? What would be your dream job? Mine would be an NRL player, like anything to do with sport. Where like I love going to the gym, I love being active. So if I could do that for a living, 24/7, I'd be jacked.
Yeah, I wish I was. Fucking hell! Imagine how big his head would be.
Be the same size as all the rest of the NRL
Makes me
players.
sick. I reckon a professional golfer.
Yeah,
I'd be happy with that. Travel around the world, playing all different courses. Shame I suck. Really, bit of a hack. But anyways, that'd be my pick, I reckon.
mm-hmm.
Are you, Nath? Professional hiker.
I mean, back when I was a kid, rock star, but
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be a life.
40 years ago.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Be an entertaining life. Well, last thing before we wrap it up, it's kind of ties into our last question, but top 3 tips for business. What do you reckon? So I've got here, and this is something that someone asked on our channel. They put a comment in and said, "What are your top 3 tips for business?" My 3, I thought about it and I thought, fuck, there's heaps. There's more than top 3. But if I had to pick a top 3 in order, mine would be stay patient. Just ride the highs, ride the lows. Stay patient with all of it. ignore all the white and background noise. People will always say you're always going to have cranky customers, no matter what, and you get the same thing being a wholesaler, Nath. We've had one customer in the past year that we bent over backwards for, and you know about this customer because we ended up hassling you for an inverter, and you gave it to us for cost price, and we put a new inverter on this customer's house, even though it was his fault. He had the wrong inverter anyway, and we gave it to him for free, and we bent over backwards, and once we finished, we still get a bad review, and we charged him normal price. Lost a lot of money on it.
We had to spend 8 hours sorting that out, you and me.
Yep.
Admin time.
Yeah.
You know?
So you got to forget about them things. Ignore the background noise. Ignore the white noise. Move on. And lastly, you got to fucking work. Work your absolute ass off. There's none of this. Unless you want to be these one-man bands that we've spoken about and just get enough money to get, your carton of beer and your groceries for a week and have a game of golf, you have to work your ass off from sundown to sunup. And you said it before, you've turned your emails off your phone because sometimes you'll be getting emails from me at 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning. Because I roll over and wake up, go to the toilet, and I'm like, righto, I'm going to do some work. Like, you just got to work. Any others you want to add?
I think obviously having a vision. You got to have a vision, on what you want. I guess your company or their company, whether it's yours or you're working on it. I feel like you got to have a vision of where you want to be. Otherwise, you'd be walking around sort of blind.
For sure.
I think you got to have something in front of you to aim towards.
A goal to get to. Yep.
Yeah. And again, it all depends on scenarios, but I think it's important to, and you've probably been guilty of this in the past. Before myself, before we had Jen, before we had the right people around you, I guess, of doing it all yourself.
Delegate.
I think it's smart to do what you're good at.
Correct.
And delegate.
Yeah.
Because that allows you to do what you're good at.
Yeah.
And it allows other people to do what they're good at, because all them people individually doing what they're good at is probably a lot more efficient than you doing all of it.
Correct.
And again, I think the right people around you is very important too. So.
Correct.
Yeah.
Nath?
I think the biggest thing for me is just you always have to be honest with yourself and honest with your customers.
Yeah.
Because you only get their trust once.
For sure.
So
Yeah.
That's something that we talk about all the time. We can do 1,000 jobs perfectly, and we do that one job wrong, and it will tarnish them 1,000 jobs. We actually worked out the other day what will one bad review cost us in the long run, and I think it worked out to be $250,000 a year, just by one bad review. So that's huge. Yeah. Definitely. You about to say something?
No. I mean, just the delegation thing is massive as well, because there's only so many hours in the day. You literally can't get to everything, and being able to delegate is a big thing, just for your own sake as well, being able to
definitely
focus on what you can.
Yep.
And get as much done as you can.
As KB said, one of the biggest things in business that I've learned is do what you're good at and hire what you're not. So, like me, I'm not a people person. I put on a polite face at the front, but I don't really like people, to be honest. So that's where you come into it. You talk the ear off anyone underwater. So, our employees go to Kyle, our customers go to Kyle, they all love him, looks after what he does, and you got to hire what you're not good at. But wrapping up, we're over time as always. Our big question, which I'll get both of you to answer. Nate wouldn't know about this, but you go first.
No.
Yeah.
I've done this. No. You got the itinerary. I didn't.
What is something you would wire into someone's brain for success? So if someone walked through this door and they said, righto, what have you got for me? What would you wire into their brain for success?
How over time are we?
Yeah, well, 5 minutes.
Coops podcast.
Yeah.
Nate, listen
I'll share that answer. That's good.
Yeah.
What did I say? I think I said last time. I think time's the essence.
Exactly. Yep.
So I'm pretty happy with the original answer. I think that.
Did I?
Yeah, I think so, mate.
Beautiful.
I think time's important.
For sure.
Time's wasted. Times you don't get back. So, yeah, happy with that.
What do you got for us, Nath? Put you on the spot here.
I go with my first option.
Yeah, 100%. Listen to me. That's great advice. Mate, the biggest thing that we all come back to with that is hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. We speak about it every week, and I'm a big believer in that. Work hard. You can be the most talented person in the world. Work hard. It'll all fall into place. Be patient. Yep. Well, that's done. New warehouse, new podcast room, fresh look, beautiful. Got the job done. Episode 7.
Let's hope it turned out, eh?
Let's hope it turned out. Let's hope we turned the cameras on.
No more dummy runs.
For everyone at home, give us a like, give us a share. We will do our giveaway. I actually have the name of the person we won our last giveaway, so we'll put that on our Facebook page. But once a month, we'll give away $500 to all our supporters. So give us a like, give us a share, give us a follow. We'll see you all next week.
Use code NATH for 10% off batteries.
Beautiful. Done.
Beautiful.